Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing with our playthrough of the Boogie Man, which is very exciting stuff. But yeah, so we just saved Sophie, so we are going to... What the fuck was that?
David, let me ask a favor.
Yeah, we just saved Sophie, so we're going to keep on going and see what else is around. But yeah.
My neck's on a break.
Hey, quit shaking. Don't you work out at all?
Why are you trying to get up there anyway?
It's crazy the duality of David, like, being able to carry D, but also, like, boosting Keith is, like, too much, but he's also, like, 6'3", but, you know.
That big-headed freak. He's always vanishing when there's no way out, and appearing from nowhere, too. He's clearly using routes we don't know about. I need to learn more about them. This wall's been painted over, so I'm sure there's a path up ahead.
That doesn't explain using me as a footstool. Climb up there and get your weight off my shoulders.
Lance could have worked, but I wouldn't push a wounded guy. And for your information, only 3% of that weight is fat. So excuse you.
Well, there he goes. He's up.
Toss me your lighter.
Is Lance buffer than David?
I'll look ahead. Don't move from that spot. Shout for me if anything happens.
Alright, well. This is also the very last, good ending flag here. So... This leads to Lance's room. Oh. Quit hallucinating, Keith. We have shit to do. The people who have crippled you, you want to see them burn. Dick Anderson, age 39. Job, assistant police inspector, robbery, murder division, wife, 2 children. The rest has been torn off.
Dick?
Because Dick was supposed to go on the tour, so he has the info. Finally.
Don't move. You're under arrest.
We finally fucking surprised him. He's always been the one that's been on top of us, but we finally got him.
Your wifey's got a good butt on her. Really makes me want to chase after her.
Fuck off, bro.
Where is she? Where?
Detective. How careless. Trying to take me on in such close quarters.
Is that a fucking taser? Yes, it was.
I hate to say such a rude thing to a detective, but not really. Dummy.
Hmm. Oh.
Keith, my poor darling.
That must be a hallucination, because every time that she's actually shown up, she's had her name, and now it's question mark, question mark, question mark.
You watched me as I wallowed in the depths of despair. And there you stood, with your back against the edge.
Uh-oh.
Now, it's time that you finally learn. You need pride. You need peace. So go ahead. Take it all. But don't you see? In the end, there will be nothing
Left of you.
left of you.
Ugh.
Interesting. That can't have actually been Helena, I don't think. But yeah, so that's the last good ending flag, so we're locked into the good ending now. You just want to hear her?
Where is this? Who are you? What's going on?
Hello, Miss Baring.
Who?
Call me Boogie, ma'am. I'm about to begin a game befitting such a joyful night. I'd appreciate your participation as well.
If the boogeyman had a wife, would it be the Boogie Ma'am?
Run from me, miss.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you mean. Where's my husband? Where am I? Why is that man tied up?
That's the guy that got shot.
Ah, he's an assistant. He can quickly explain to you how this will all work. If I should catch you, this happens.
Yeah.
Understand the rules now?
So he was just for show as well, but the other servants were just a show for Keith, and he was just a show for Helena.
Where's my husband?
Somewhere you wouldn't know about.
Where's my husband?
He can't save you. He's in my grasp. It's up to me if he lives or dies. Now run, Miss Baring. The game begins, and I am it.
So, I was on the inside of the cell.
Yeah. You were the one in the you keep going under. You keep going under, followed by him hearing the phone ringing. Rusted key. That guy's been dead for a long time. That person's been dead for a very, very long time. So obviously there's been shit going on in this castle since long before tonight.
Thanks for the letter.
Keith, did something happen?
That big head knocked me out cold.
What? No wonder you took so long. Are you okay?
I could have died easily, but more importantly, no. Forget it.
Wait, I want to know. Tell me.
There was another corpse. I think one of the servants. Been dead a few months.
A few months? Isn't that kind of odd?
Yeah, it is. It's not like he got stuck there and couldn't get out. He was clearly murdered with a knife.
This whole thing stinks.
What a ridiculous place. I never wanted to come somewhere so shady.
What about it is shady?
Since when are there castles in this country? I thought something was up the moment my boss told me about the castle tour. Then I found out it's the mansion of some European guy from the colonial era, and it's got a history of Native American persecution to boot. You can't open this kind of place to the public. You wouldn't get a tourist trap, you get a lawsuit. The tribes that got persecuted here are still around. What was that Brendan guy even thinking? Guess we'll never know now.
If you were suspicious, then why did you come?
Because Helena wanted to and my man is whipped as hell.
Because Helena wanted to. But had I known it was this bad, no way. I wouldn't want her to learn this kind of bloody history. With a month off, I could have taken her anywhere, but I chose here. And then this happens.
So, it was for Helena. You never seemed to pay her much mind, so I thought you didn't even like her, honestly.
I wanted to pay her more attention, but I couldn't. My subordinate kept calling so much, I couldn't catch a break.
Detectives have it rough. They're still cool, though.
I'm on vacation, so I'm just a plain old guy right now. Come on, let's go.
Poor Keith. Keith really needed to go to therapy after everything with Todd, and he didn't. He instead decided to work his way through his grief and subsequently never actually deal with it. Oh wait, I guess they won't let us, I guess they won't let us do the thing where we climb along the pipe again. Alright, we're back. We're so back.
Keith, are you going in there?
Can't I?
Well,
Don't tell me you're afraid.
when I was a kid, this wild dog chased me around for like an hour.
For such a big guy, you're really a wimp.
Bruh. Cynophobia. Cynophobia. Really? That's what that's called? When you're scared of dogs? I actually wanted to go talk to the people in the room after Sophie's incident, and I forgot to on the last episode. So let's go back and do that real quick. I literally can't think of Cyno without thinking of Cyno from Genshin.
What is it?
Something's wrong.
What would that be?
He's not the Boogie Man.
Don't forget, David.
Right.
Good going. Finding that girl?
Finding people is kind of my job.
Real. Alright, well that's that. Yeah, because Sophie would know, because she actually did meet him, the boogeyman, the real one. It's crazy that both games that Keith are involved in predominantly have a human, like more of a human antagonist than like a supernatural one. Which makes it so that Keith will literally never believe anything David or Sophie ever tell him, because like he thinks both of them are like cuckoo crazy for that. But it's unfortunate. Keith's just not one of those people that would believe in the occult or anything. I feel like Keith and Paul would like hate each other straight up. I don't think they would get along at all. All you want to hear is a ringtone. Okay.
You're more heartless than I thought, David.
Leave David alone!
Is he behind there?
Don't mind him. Let's go.
Your mother's crying down in hell, you know. Can't you hear your mother's pitiful wails? Why did my dear Davy leave me alone? I don't want to be alone. Please don't leave me alone. Davy, oh Davy.
He really did his research, dog, on all of them.
Calm down.
That laugh sounded like fucking Gangplank from League of Legends. Holy shit. I've been playing so much League lately, I actually need to calm down with that. Season 2 of Arcane dropped, and that really remotivated me to play more League. And like, I'm still really bad at it though, which is why I'll never make content on League, because I don't want people to bully me for being bad at the game.
David, doesn't it hurt leaving your mother all by herself? A real thoughtful son. He'd go to be by her side right away.
He can't. He promised Duke that he'd live his life to the fullest.
Or do you feel relieved? To hell with that weak woman who always clung to you.
Let go. I won't let him talk like that.
Settle down. Don't open that door.
Let go!
You
Stupid brat.
You don't listen to a word, do you?
Never listens, never learns.
Never listens, never learns. Must have put your old man through a lot of trouble.
I love the voice actor for this game, guys. It's so good.
What's that?
I said your father must have had it real hard with you, jumping into danger alone, Following when I tell you to stay, that's not being a brat. I don't know what is.
Say that one more time.
So it's not just your eyes that are busted, but your ears too? Or is it your head to blame? Getting riled up over every little thing. Think punching me will calm you down? Then go ahead.
Keith's so good
Let's go.
at diffusing the situation just by being kind of an asshole. It's actually kind of like a talent, honestly. It's pretty crazy. It's a talent almost. It's pretty crazy. Can't go in the doggy room. Oh wait, I wonder if he didn't want him to open the door because there's probably some kind of something in the door. No. It's an iron door which is locked. Okay. Am I missing something? It won't open, it's caught on something on the other side. Alright. That rusty key must be for something over here. This thing. Can't go David. Can't go with David into rooms with corpses. Okay, David. There has to be something else in that room that we can grab or something. Bogus. Cut the wire which fired it. All you want to hear is a ringtone. Oh, you can actually read it by clicking on it? That would have been good to know. I also have this second floor passage key. But that must have been from the first part of the game. Maybe I never opened all those doors. I don't remember. But irregardless. It's not for anything here. Alright, y'all. Y'all are about to hear my favorite line in the whole game right now.
Hey there, David.
Hey there, David. What are you looking up there for when you should be looking down below?
What are you looking up at? Look down below.
David!
Ah!
Ah, I've finally
got you snared. I
That
love this part of the
detective
game.
was a bit too perceptive earlier. Killing you would put me at a big advantage. A critical hit to the detective. Oh, this is getting good.
Bro, I'm not gonna let you kill David. Come on now.
Gas?
I'm not gonna let you gas out my boy.
Exactly. This may sting a bit, David, but not for long. Now hurry, Batman. Robin's gonna be a canary.
I'm trying to read that red, but I can't read it from the way it is. Alright, give me this curtain. Give me the curtain. Wear the curtain, David. Wear the curtain. I also love this spray of David in the little curtain. I think it's like the cutest little thing. Just like, cause like all you can see is his little blue eyes. Just like, tee-hee. Alright. This is, you can kill David here as well. This is the other character death that can happen. You can kill him here. I'm not going to. by not wearing the curtain and like walking through all the gas, you like kill him in that way. I'm not gonna do that though because your girl has, you know, I got an agenda. Like I said, same thing. The death will be in the episode that has all the alternate scenes and stuff. It's kind of crazy that they put the save. They put the save after David's section, so you could already have potentially gotten him killed by not doing, like, not putting the curtain on and stuff, and you wouldn't even be able to reload before it. That's dirty work, honestly. But I respect it. Alright. The key is here, the key is here. Many knives are hanging. Well, we don't want to fucking explode into blood loss and death, so let's go this way. There was that little green towel. Just chilling. Chilling in here. Hello. Yay. Yas. I don't know why he's doing it with his right arm when he's right-handed. That seems like kind of silly to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to, like, sacrifice one of my arms to save someone, like, I would not use my dominant arm. Alright. Got him. Come here, David. Come here, David. You're not allowed to die. Blood loss is a bitch.
Keith. Keith. Keith! Ah!
Oh, ouch.
You okay?
Yeah, I guess. But I think I got a bump on my head just now.
Good.
Good. I'm glad I bumped your head.
You go back to the room. If this happens again, I can't afford to save you.
Sorry, it's my own stupidity to blame.
That's not the problem. If anything happens to you, I'm the one left with a crying Shirley.
Isn't there anyone who'd cry for you?
Maybe not anymore.
Huh?
Still want to tag along?
Yeah.
Do what you like. I'm exhausted.
Poor Keith, man. He's going through it today. Keith Baring and the no good, very bad. No good, very bad, terrible day. Oh. Ooh, and I'm just thinking of him walking through that bilge water with like this very open wound on his arm. Like, that is not good. Keith's just been running around all evening. All evening. He's just been running around, saving people. It's probably like close to 3 or 4 in the morning at this point in the game, because Stevie died at like 12:20. Don't act like you didn't know. It's just the way it goes. I want to bash and beat you. Someone help. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I was blank before you walked into my life. I was fine. I was fine before you walked into my life.
Keith, let's rest a little. If you don't take a break, you're going to...
Shut up. This isn't the time.
I'm tired, okay? Let me rest. Or are you going to drag around an exhausted citizen, detective?
David's also is honestly really smart too, because he knew that Keith wouldn't take a break for himself, but...
Lend me your lighter. You've got one smoke to rest.
Keith and Helena, and like all of the characters in this series, but like Keith and Helena especially, are like very, very selfless to the point where like they're very self-sacrificial. They don't really like to, like, they don't do things for themselves, like, ever.
The heck is that guy anyway? How does he know about my mom and Shirley's past? It's really disturbing.
David, did you celebrate your birthday with Shirley last month? Or was it with Paul and Marion?
Oh, I scheduled a meal with Shirley, then celebrated with Paul and Marion the other... Huh. Did I ever tell you my friends' names?
Sorry about your mother. Brain tumors are like a landmine. One misstep means trouble. But I guess they don't teach you how to dodge landmines in flight school, huh?
What?
Oh, and you ought to toughen your stomach for anchovies and liver. I mean, unless you want younger girls thinking that's cute or whatever.
Hold on a second. What do you know about my mom, too? And my friends in school? I never told you any of that, right?
David's like, the fuck? Why'd you just dox me like that?
Keep this between us. But working as a detective for 15 years, you get to know stuff. Like what someone's done in the past, just by looking at their faces. Maybe that big-headed freak is the same way.
You're kidding, right?
A detective for the last 15 years when Keith is only like 30. I thought he was only 32, but maybe he's 34. Or no, he's 37, I think. I think I'm misremembering his age. I don't know.
You think I'm kidding?
We'll see at the end.
You're a real sucker. Take care you don't get swindled someday.
What's this about? What do you know all about me?
You were taken to the police after the incident with your mother. Remember the detective who questioned you?
I was pretty dazed at the time, so I don't really remember. But it wasn't you, was it?
Eric Simpson, my subordinate. It was only an attempted crime, so he was the only one to handle you. And you know, he's got a real messy desk. He lets case files and the like pile up so high they even topple over onto my desk. I saw some files on you among them. Your history, your family, that kind of info. And your mother's diagnosis. Oh, and the ones who verified your identity were your friends Paul and Mary and Martin. I remember them well, especially because that Paul guy made a huge ruckus at the station. He was the one that ate too many chili dogs too, right?
Paul would.
And the anchovies. Oh yeah, I mentioned that at dinner. But I didn't tell you I hated liver, did I?
I hate anchovies myself, and I hate liver. That's all.
Why did you make a guess for that one?
Because you're stupid enough that I thought it'd fool you.
Bro.
If you know so much about me, why didn't you say so when we first met?
Because I was suspicious of you.
Huh? Me? Why?
A year and a half ago, you found a hanged body in an abandoned house in another state. The state police came to us trying to determine the guy's identity. That's when I read your testimony, and it was real sketchy.
Sketchy? Why?
I understand you were looking for the guy who formerly lived in your apartment, but how did you track him down without even knowing his name or what he looked like? You said you followed notes, but when you were asked to show him, you said you lost them. You said you shot a man in the house, but there was no gunpowder on the gun, no dropped cartridges, most importantly, nobody to shoot. And then you just happened to find that former tenant's corpse. You gotta know that's suspicious.
But it's true. I was led there by the notes he wrote. Once I found the body and called the police, I realized they were gone. And I did shoot someone, but I'm not sure if it was a person.
As you testified, but I guess that doesn't matter so much now.
Bro, you know what? The more he talks about it, the more, yeah, it's kind of sus, but like...
I was wary of you because of what you could have done. I didn't want to leave Helena with a madman.
But we know it's true, so like...
If you did anything even a little weird, I was going to turn around and take my wife home.
Do you still distrust me?
When we first met on the boat, I intentionally told you that I was a detective. Somebody with something to hide would be alarmed. But then you just said cool, so I was a bit less wary. You might be crazy for all I know, but you haven't shown any sign of being dangerous.
Crazy and dangerous are two
Listen,
different things.
Everyone's got bad stuff in their past. For somebody who shouldn't know it to dig it up and use it against you, that'd agitate and anger most people. He knows that well. He's showing off what he knows to upset all of you and control your actions. He's done it to you, to Richard, to Lance.
Lance, too?
He's an ex-journalist. Took photos of that job, too. When he published articles, he signed his photos with LK. He investigated the state police during a sexual assault and murder case 3 years back, but went too far. The victim's family and civil liberties group attacked him for invasion of privacy, and he was driven out of journalism.
How do you know about all that, Keith?
Doesn't matter.
Well, I understand that those are the guy's methods, but how does he know all of our pasts in the first place?
The Boogie Man
Money.
lives in your closet, right? So, he's always watching.
It's just money, right? Like, if you're able to pay off the right people, like, you can get police reports and shit. Like, David especially has so much, because of the incident with mom and the incident with Duke, like, he would have stuff with the police. and everything. And then obviously, like, if Sophie's mom was murdered, like, that would have been a police report as well, like some kind of police investigation
Watching
as well.
when you nearly killed your mother. Watching when you were snuggling with your wife in bed.
Don't make threats like that.
He's only human. The appearance, the weapon, the info, it's all just to scare us.
You're taking it pretty well, though.
Because I'm main character, and I'm the detective. Oops. I skipped the rest of the scene by accident, but you're taking it pretty well. And then, I don't know, he probably was like, let's go. Oopsies, I didn't mean to skip that scene.
Keith.
Alright, I'm dying to see these. Wait, I want to read this. I was fine before you came into my life. Please forgive me. I'm dying again. No one can hear me. I'm fabricating who I'm gonna kill. Someone help. Not my fault. Self-control breaks down. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I want to bash and beat you. Alright. Okay, you know what? This one's gonna be a bit of a longer episode. We are gonna finish the game. We are gonna finish the game this episode because we're pretty close to the end. I don't know this code. We're pretty close to the end, and I feel like we can get it done within like an hour and 20 minutes. Which... Boy boo. It's the boy boo. I don't want to read the boy boo. I have no reason to read the boy boo right now. I am not religious. Unfortunately, so no leg up there. The genealogy of Adam, Noah's Ark, the Tower of Babel. There can't be anything like limbo. Mom and Dad say that since I haven't been baptized yet, if I die, I'll go to limbo. But there can't be a limbo. I don't want to go to a limbo. I hate this meditation room too. And I really hate these Bible passages. But it's much better than the closet. I really, really hate the closet. That's what I think every time I'm yelled at and go in there. But I just do the same things again and go back in there. When I'm in the dark, cramped closet, I wonder, if I stay here forever, I wonder if I'll turn into a monster. Like a movie monster who kills his mom and dad and messes up this whole house. But when I leave the closet, I'm just me. I couldn't become a monster. I couldn't. So I always apologize to Mom and Dad. I'm sorry I was bad. I love you more than anyone in the world. I wonder if that's Brendan's diary.
Hey, stop that, would you?
Huh?
Stop that thing. It's hurting my ears.
What does?
Your phone!
Bro, Keith is hallucinating bad.
I hate hearing phones ring. It's yours, right? Make it stop already!
Calm down.
Make it stop!
Calm down, please. Where are you hearing a phone ringing? There's no phone ringing. In fact, I think I lost my cell phone earlier. So please, calm down.
I hate it. I hate the sounds of phones.
And that's why he
Why?
never answers his.
Because it always brings bad news.
I don't know, finding out your 5-year-old son died is pretty traumatic. I would hate phones too after that.
Excuse me. Bearing here? Yes, that's right. I'll be there.
Mr. Baring, sorry to have called you. Your wife said she couldn't look, but we need you to confirm.
That's my boy, alright.
It's my son.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
He's wearing the clothes from this morning. My wife sewed his name on then. Todd Baring. Check behind the neck.
You have my deepest condolences.
Bro, he got hit by a truck too, like, bro, he's probably like almost you
Sign
know?
here. We'll send you a pamphlet.
Like, that
for
probably
your
was
petition.
disgusting
Refer
to
to it if
see.
you wish.
For, you know, it's like your 5-year-old kid.
Thank you. There's a nurse waiting outside. Tell them if you need any help. Now, please excuse me.
Helen. It's me.
Hey, Keith, you off loitering somewhere? You gotta hurry. The suspect's on the move. Head for Wellington Street. Got it?
And he's just gonna go back to work.
Don't go. Stay with me.
No, because he can't deal with it. He can't deal with it at that time. And he's just never gonna let himself grieve. That's so sad.
Helena, please don't leave without telling me. It makes me worry.
I used to like going to cemeteries when I was younger, just because I like to look at like the headstones, because a lot of them are like really pretty. And seeing the ones for like the really young kids was always like really, really sad, because they're always like, they're like you see in this game how Todd's the one that has like all the flowers and stuff like that. Like they were always the ones that had the most flowers and toys and stuff, but it was like, it was always tough to see like, you know, 6, 7, 12, you know.
It's been a year now. You always stayed with me. You always supported me. But I can't do it. I can't stop the tears. You got back on your feet. But
He didn't get back on his feet though, that's the thing.
I can't do anything but cling to you. But I can't drag you down with my weakness anymore. So...
You know what I thought when I saw his body? I thought I failed. Can you believe that? That a parent would think that after losing a child? But it's true. Everyone has one leg in a coffin. If they aren't careful, they can easily fall in. No exceptions. I should have known that. But I didn't. I prayed that my family would be an exception. I wanted them to be there smiling at me forever. When I saw him in the hospital, something died in me. I wanted to kill the one who took my son from me. And you know, some people smile about the deaths of others. I lost all hesitation to punish those people. I thought if they were gone, it would all end. But it'll never end. I still hear someone scoffing at me, saying, "You couldn't even protect your own son."
It's not your fault.
It don't matter, he's too deep into this complex now.
That's what they all say.
No! It's what I really
Then what should I have done?
I always felt like such a clown. He died while I was out running around, trying to save others, so the audience just points at me and laughs.
And that's the reference of the Punchinello. And if they saw him sitting at the grave, crying as he would, they would just laugh, "Bravo, Punchinello, bravissimo." And this is literally a direct reference to that.
I didn't know anything anymore. Why I smiled, why I cried, why I got angry. I forgot how I even expressed those things. Even when I saw him dead, I didn't cry. Now it's just you. You're all I have left. I'll keep praying for a sunny day, and until then, I'll be your umbrella.
Who will keep you from getting wet?
I don't care if I get wet. Helena, if you give up on me someday, then I want you to just forget about me. But please, for my sake, don't leave me alone.
Don't cry, Keith.
I never cry.
No, you're crying. You've always been crying. I'm sorry for pushing my complaints on you. I'll get stronger so I can protect you. Whatever happens, you're someone I never want to lose.
They're so cute. I feel so bad for them. That's so tough.
I'm scared of phones ringing. I feel like someone's going to tell me about a death in the family again. Ever since then, I haven't been able to answer calls.
Why'd your son die?
Run over by a truck. Driver died instantly. I couldn't blame anyone. I still have idiotic thoughts. Like if I hadn't answered that call, maybe nothing would have even changed. If I'd had been with him, maybe he'd still be alive and smiling. It's completely stupid. It changed nothing. What could I have? Sorry for grabbing you. I was just confused. Let's go.
I really want to know the logistics of
It's not your fault.
how that even happened. Like, who was he with? Like, Todd was so young that, like, why was he even by himself in the first place? Like, was he at school?
It's not your fault.
I know that.
No, you don't understand. You're clever, so you're trying to fool yourself, saying, it's not my fault, to convince yourself of that. But you can't fully deceive yourself. Deep in your heart, you still blame yourself. So you desperately try to protect everyone, even people you just met. Protecting people as a detective lets you make up for it. You can replace your guilt with pride and a sense of duty. But that isn't going to save you.
You need pride and you need peace. That was what the hallucination was saying. But if you keep going, then there's not going to be anything left of you because he's giving so much of himself up that he's not letting himself grieve and letting himself go through what he needs to. Oh, David's psychoanalyzing him.
Even if you only protect what you really feel is important, no one will blame you for it.
Don't act like you know so much. I'm only doing what I should be doing.
And you're deceiving yourself with it.
You're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Then why's my son dead?
It's not your fault. Everyone has things they're powerless to help.
David would know
So
that
stop
better than
lying
anyone.
to yourself, please. Just forgive yourself.
Let's go.
God damn. I love this game, guys. This is like, honestly, this is like my favorite one. If I wasn't looking at the nostalgia factor of the Crooked Man, I would confidently say that this is my favorite one in the series. It's just really, really well written. Okay, Adam, Noah's Ark, Tower of Babel. Adam... 2.8 is Adam. Okay, so Adam, Noah's Ark. Wait, I gotta write this down. Oh wait, no, genealogy of Adam is the family, would be the family line. So it's 5.1. Noah's Ark, 7.1. And then Tower of Babel. Would it be 11.7 was Tower of Babel? Wait a second. Adam's family line. This is the written account of Adam's family line, so that's genealogy, so 5.1. Go into Oa the Ark, which is 7.1. Built an altar. This is the account of Shem, Ham, and Japhet, sons. Come, now let us go down and confuse their language so they will not understand each other. That must be, so 11.7. So 5711. 5711. Oh, I'm fucking crazy, dog. From 10 years ago. Oh, this must be yeah, so it must be Brendan who was the kid that would be put in the closet who wanted to kill. I wonder if he had anything to do with his mom and dad dying, or if that actually was just an accident. Oh. Let us watch the tape. It's our girl!
At last, I finally got a hold of you. Oh dear, hurt all over. But what else could I do? You just wouldn't stop running, miss, no matter how much I hurt you. But well, our game of tag's come to a close now. Yes, you can't outrun the scary Boogie Man.
Girl or boy.
Are you relieved it's over, or are you still scared? Well, madam, do you want to run?
Helena's about to absolutely cook his ass. Okay, I need to know who's in Camp Helena and who's in Camp Helena. Like, how do you say this name? I kind of feel like Helena is the correct pronunciation, but I like Helena better. So I'm curious.
You're an unbelievable idiot.
And yes, she's about to cook him. She's about to cook him.
Say again.
Chef Helena in the kitchen about to throw up a 5-star meal.
I called you an idiot. You thought I was running because I was scared. You think I'm scared of you? Maybe you've spent too long in your little closet world to understand. You've convinced yourself that women and children are all scared of you. What were you planning once you caught me? Kill me? And then what? You'd go to kill Keith, right? You told me you had Keith in your hands. Whether he'd live or die was up to me. I guess that was true. And all this time you've been foolishly chasing after me. You could never kill him. I'm weak. I can't be as strong as Keith is. But there is something I can do in all my weakness.
See what I mean about like how selfless both of them are? Like he's fighting to protect all these people just because he has like this underlying guilt from his son's death, and then Helena is just like, she's just like, I'm weak, but I'm gonna do whatever I can to protect Keith.
If I can keep your attention away from Keith by running all the time, I'll run to the ends of the earth. You poor, stupid little boogeyman. You really are such a child. You just love bullying anyone weaker than you. Go ahead. Have fun in your little world. Call yourself a villain, a monster. But I'll never let you bring my husband into it.
Yes, girl.
Don't you dare lay a hand on him!
Oh, you talk too much.
You talk too much, madam.
He also sounds flat here again, like monotonous, which is odd because this is technically still Keith's perspective.
That's terrible.
She's nearby though.
Let's hurry and look for Helena. She must be nearby. Keith? Keith, what are you doing? We have to hurry.
Wake up.
Keith, are you listening? Hey, what are you staring at? Are you asleep? Get a grip. Come on.
I'm awake.
I'm awake.
Yes, my king.
David, you look for Helena. She should be near.
Huh? What about you? What are you gonna do?
I'm going to go kill a monster.
That goes hard as fuck. Like, okay. Alright, team, let's go. I'm gonna go kill a monster. I don't know what a lot of these paintings are, I'm gonna be honest. I like looking at them. I like the composition, but I'm not too sure what they actually are. All right, y'all. We made it to the top.
Wait, Dad. Leave the door open. And don't turn out the lights in the hall.
My poor baby's scared of the dark.
Why?
The boogeyman will come.
What kind of guy is this Boogie Man?
He has long nails and kidnaps kids. He lives in the closet.
A kidnapper? Well, can't leave a guy like that on the loose. Alright, Dad'll give him a good beating. Hey, Boogie, you in there?
Keith is such a good dad, guys. I love him so much.
What the? Hey, let go.
Dad? Dad!
Whew, he was a little tough, but I got him good. No worries, son. Old Boogie won't come for you anymore.
Really?
Would I lie? Me and Mom are in the bedroom right there, you know. You still scared? Oh, need your stuffed bunny, do you? Or should I read you a bedtime story? Maybe the ones with the fairies.
No way! I'm not a wuss, Dad. I can sleep by myself.
That's the spirit. Listen, Todd. If the boogeyman comes to get you again, Dad'll beat him up. I'm not gonna let anyone mess with you or Mom.
'Cause you're a police officer?
'Cause I'm Dad. Good night, son.
'Cause I'm dead. He did not deserve this. My sweet boy. Nobody ever deserves
Should
it.
I leave the
but
light on?
He did not deserve this.
It's okay. I've got you and Mom.
Good night. I love you.
Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. Have you ever thought about it, detective? Thought you have an enemy? Who or what it is, you don't even know. Maybe it doesn't even exist. Maybe it's all in your head.
Oh my god! Gotta give the bad guy an opportunity to say a few lines.
But you know there's something tormenting you, always making it so painful. You feel like the whole world's out to make you suffer. Too troublesome to make an enemy of the whole world, right? So just making one enemy will do.
And I choose you?
I chose
Yeah.
you as my enemy. Have I become yours?
No.
Oh well, either way, we're gonna settle this right here. Let's end this wonderful game now. Can you beat this final boss and take back your beloved wife?
I was gonna say, Keith's just gonna start laughing.
What's so funny?
Boy, you're really having a blast, huh? What's so funny that you can be all smiles all the time? Total opposite of me. I don't remember the last time I laughed. But I guess we were pretty similar after all. In a sense, it was all a lie. You're always grinning ear to ear, but you're scared, aren't you? So you keep running. You can't go head to head with me. You and me are just acting. You're no scary monster, and I'm no paragon of justice.
Well, I mean, they did say they could see this castle being used as a movie set. I'm just saying.
Final boss? Ha! A big baddie should be a pretty sly guy, shouldn't they? But taking hostages, always on the run, the only thing you can chase after is girls' rumps.
I was gonna say that's true. Like, Keith's never been chasing the boogeyman. He's kind of just left him to his own devices. He's just been kind of doing his own thing.
You know, I wasn't planning to do anything with you. As long as the others were safe, I was fine leaving you be. I'd secure your hostages and scram, then just leave you to the local police. Because I'm not chasing you. You just keep running from me. What I'm really chasing after. Sorry, but it ain't you. That's right. It's not you. You're my enemy. Spare me the sleep talk. Why would I make my enemy a dunce who just sneaks away? A coward who hides in the closet and threatens kids. And your enemy? Not me either. You've got a lot more enemies. If you go to the slammer, you're gonna be a real popular guy. I can tell.
Bro, fucking Brendan Dumont. I mean, oh, spoiler. Boogeyman in the slammer.
But this is a great chance. No hostages to get in the way, no one watching, so I can do whatever I like with you. Detective, criminal, that doesn't matter now. You've done the number one thing to get on my bad side. You chased after my wife's rump. That alone is enough reason for me to beat you down.
You should never chase after another man's wife's tush, dog. Come on now.
Don't you think, Boogie?
Oh, are we gonna see his real face? Yeah, okay. That was why we couldn't see his face earlier with Sophie, is because where the mask doesn't actually look like what Keith
Can't
was
afford
seeing.
to laugh anymore, can you?
Alright.
Back to your closet, Boogeyman.
Back to your closet,
You don't have what it takes
Boogeyman.
to make it over here.
Keith bearing my goat for real.
Huh. I thought you were supposed to be scary. Huh. I thought you were supposed to be scary.
Look, Keith's just throwing him around. Look at that. That's
Come
crazy.
on, I thought you were tougher than that.
He's literally just picking him up and just throwing him around. It's crazy. And he's still running.
Oh, and none of your jokes were funny.
Bro, now we're just making it personal. Like, goddamn.
Oh, and none of your jokes were funny.
And it's almost impossible to actually lose this fight, straight up.
So is this just a warm-up practice, or are you actually gonna attack? Oh, is that it? I was just about to have fun.
Fucking grand slam him. Holy shit. Keith does not give a fuck.
Where do you think you're going, Lance?
I'm gonna find them. They've been gone way too long.
Something stinks.
Did you forget what he said? It'll be a burden on him to move around on our own.
Well, then after all's said and done, we'll tell him we did just what he said. Of course, you might have all gone stone cold by that time.
Don't joke about things like that.
Sounds like a joke to you? We got 2, maybe 3 corpses around here?
I love Lance. He's so fucking, like, he's such a straight shooter.
What part of don't you get?
Stop, you two. Don't fight.
We'll go search together. I'll lead the way. Sophie and Shirley, you hold hands. And Lance, you watch the rear.
Papa.
You really want to go?
Yes, we'll be all right together. And there's something I'm curious about.
What's that?
This whole incident may just be a great big farce.
Something about this stinks.
What do you mean?
He'll explain
Let's
on the
be
way.
going.
Yeah. He's not gonna do a big reveal like that. Come on now.
Helena, where are you? Helena?
Oh, you hear her. It's crazy that she
Helena!
managed to climb up a rope when she's
David!
tied up. Or climb up the ladder when she's tied up
You
with the rope.
okay?
Keith!
Helena!
Bro.
Keith! Where are you?
Helena and David kind of look like they could be siblings. They have very similar, like, eye and hair colors.
Always on the run, huh? But marijuana addicts can move better than you. What's in that big head of yours?
Come on, Goose.
Brendan?
Didn't you learn a thing from the last time you were all up close and personal with him?
You lose. Detective.
Yeah, that was not a good squelch.
You're Brendan? Why? Stop moving around.
Oh, yes, David Strong.
Helena?
We have to stop the bleeding. Lance!
Richard, help me out.
Sophie, find something to tie him with.
Keith!
Got you.
Got you.
Keith? You...
Helena, when we get home, let's finish our conversation.
Even though Helena's been like up like so long and she's been running all this time, she still looks so like pretty.
No more running.
No! Keith, stay with me, please! Keith!
The servants and Stevie. 10 people died all told. I'm sure glad to be alive now. Feeling glad to even have air to breathe.
Listen, don't you say a word about all this, especially not to your coworkers. If it takes money to shut your yap, I'll pay any price.
Oh, bribery. Where's that money coming from?
My own pockets. Listen, you guys can distort the truth all you want, and I won't say a peep, 'cause that's freedom of the press. But this is different. I've got no tolerance for people pointing and laughing at a wounded friend.
Do I gotta tell you again? I'm not a gossip guy. I hate cops, sure, but I hate gossip too.
I was gonna say, you're not giving Lance enough credit.
I won't ask for money, and I won't say a peep, 'cause I'm grateful to the guy. So quit hounding me. But, as an involved party, I've got a right to know what happened there. I just can't wrap my head around it. I talked to Brendan at dinner. Heard he got tired of the musty old castle and ran to Hollywood. Had a lot of fun in the movie biz. So what was the motive?
Guy's gone silent. Sounds like he convinced you he was a goody two-shoes. But I bet you heard a different story in Hollywood. Now that's the kind of thing your lot should be writing about. Nobody knows people's past, usually. But it's easy to fool you into thinking otherwise with a little acting. And once you know somebody's past, you can lead them by the nose. He tricked you all, and tried to kill you. What a farce. Not sure of the motive yet, but he was pretty systematic about it all. Spent a ton of cash beforehand to check up on all the tour attendees. Even did a background check on me.
On you? Why?
'Cause I was going to be on that tour.
I was gonna say, it's crazy that he was able to do all that without...
No wonder I thought he knew me. The hell, so he just researched us?
That's the oldest trick in the book for us, saying, I know all about you. It makes you superior to the other person, so you can control them. Then they freak out and have to submit. He knew that tactic well.
Yeah.
Seeing right through people without any tricks. That's what makes a real monster, ain't it? In his case, he just used money and connections to dig up people's pasts, and played the part of a monster.
But the research wasn't to select candidates, so he just picked randomly. Oh, damn, was he just in it for fun?
Now, my turn to ask questions. What you tell me is the only way I can...
Honestly, it seems like he
First,
would just be...
Brendan, or Boogie rather. What kind of man was he?
It kind of seems like he would be the type of person just to do it for fun. Just for the sake of doing it.
How should I say it? I suppose he had no emotion. That's how I saw him. He said such terrifying things without a care. He hardly showed any human feelings. He really was like a monster.
Keith told me he was a real jester.
Keith was hallucinating like crazy.
Jester? Absolutely not. I would have much preferred if he were at least a little silly. He was a very disturbing, terrifying man. He was totally calm as he did awful things.
Richard, you seem to...
When my daughter went missing, and I panicked thinking that man might have taken her, Keith told me something. This was the kind of person who would show corpses as decoration. So if he did take Sophie, he'd show off proof of it, meaning she was still safe. Luckily enough, I didn't see them, but indeed, evidently, there were many dead bodies left around. As Keith said, my daughter hadn't fallen into his grasp. He was correct in his assumption. That made me realize something unusual about what he'd said.
Because he dropped Brendan into the
Keith said
pit?
he saw the moment Brendan's neck snapped, and his corpse was quickly dropped into the basement. Isn't that odd? Why did he quickly put Brendan's corpse out of sight? Why did he treat him differently from the other victims?
'Cause he didn't want you investigating it. He's got some keen insight, I'll give him that. So you suspected this was a farce plotted by Brendan?
No, well, I suggested that since Keith hadn't checked the corpse, he might still be alive. I only wanted to believe there was a chance he was alive. I had no conviction about the rest, so I didn't speak about it to Keith. I wouldn't dare risk throwing him off with my amateur opinion, not to mention we didn't know whether his wife was safe.
Apparently, Keith saw the moment Brendan's head came off, actually.
Was it a doll?
Right you are. Packed with neat little blood packs, it seems. Was hung upside down and had his mouth taped up, and it was dark enough to be hard to tell who's who. Just dressing him up the same way made Keith assume it was him. On top of all those flashy rave lights, he dropped the corpse down below so it was impossible to check it closer. And since Keith saw the tour conductor killed right after that, of course, he'd think Brendan was killed too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If I'd said something, maybe this could have been resolved sooner, but I was paralyzed with fear. I was only worried about my daughter, even when Keith was running all over the place for us.
Don't worry about it. Keith did all that 'cause he wanted to. That's all. He's deeply glad you're all safe.
Y'all just became friends for life, too.
Now, little lady, can we hear from you too?
Hear what?
Anything. What you thought. What you noticed.
Well, I knew he was a fake. Because I've met the real Boogie Man.
Sophie, stop it. Not this tale again.
She's not even lying, though. That's the thing.
Fine, if you say so, Papa. Guess I'm not saying a word.
Go ahead, please. Meeting the real boogeyman sounds pretty juicy. Can you tell me more?
Maybe not really met. He just touched my shoulder. But his hand was cold as ice. Right away, I knew it wasn't human. That guy's hands were human, though. They had warmth, so I knew he was just a regular guy.
Huh. So boogeyman's hands are cold, eh? I'll tell that to my little squirts. Anything else you noticed?
I feel like he might get angry if I say this.
I won't. Tell me.
He reminded you of Keith?
That guy had this cold and emotionless air, like you couldn't tell what he was thinking at all. It reminded me of Mr. Keith, a little.
You still think that way now?
Nope.
Not even, because Mr. Keith got really mad at me. He was like, "Don't worry your papa ever again."
Red paint? On his face?
Oh man, it's becoming very evident that Keith is the one that's just whoop whoop.
There was nothing like that. It was all red from blood spurts, though.
Really? Keith told me he had a weird paint on a torn paper bag. And one more thing. Did you see any red graffiti in the castle? Or any monsters? Hear any phones ringing?
No, I didn't.
Mr. Hoover, you're colorblind, if I recall. Maybe you just couldn't see the paint.
Yeah, but it's white and pink I get mixed up. I can see red just fine.
Well, and you, miss?
I saw quite a bit of the castle, but none of that. Did you hear that from the others?
Don't
No,
get me
it's
wrong.
just Keith.
I don't think you're lying. The others said they saw nothing too. But then, that makes Keith the one talking nonsense.
Oh, David. Oh, David's about to.
I don't think Keith is necessarily lying.
What do you mean?
Because people don't always see the same things you do.
Oh my god. Yes, David's so understanding of this.
Thanks for the assistance, you two. Sorry about calling you in 2 weeks after the fact.
Is not everything settled yet?
The police there are in the middle of their investigation. My role is just to assist. I'm going to report your testimonies to them, and that's that. I'll be off now. Eric, take them to the entrance.
When our son died, I thought my own life was over too. I couldn't think about anything. Nothing had any taste. But tears would suddenly come anyway. I don't remember anything about what I did back then, but I do remember one thing. That Keith was always at my side. When I wailed and shouted, he'd hug me, stroke my hair, say it was okay. Eventually, I adjusted to life without our son. I found I could laugh again. But when I got my own emotions back, I realized Keith had stopped laughing. I had been broken, and so had Keith. Over time, I was able to heal, but he didn't. He was still stuck in the moment of Todd's death.
He never let himself heal. He never
He
even gave
was
himself a
always
chance to get
supporting
over
me,
it.
So he never faced up to himself. I struggled to be at least a little stronger next time. But I realized I was a burden on him that would keep him from ever walking again. So, even if we're far apart, as long as he can laugh again, then that's the best choice I can make.
My wife always brings me warm milk before I go to bed. And last Father's Day, my little squirt tried cooking me a meal. I definitely don't need milk to get to sleep. And the kids cooking, I'll be blunt, it ain't good.
Oh, rip.
But I'm glad for it. Usefulness and collateral don't mean a thing with this stuff. Keith didn't stay close to you expecting something in return. That's just what he wanted to do. You guys have got too much sympathy. You don't mind getting hurt for the sake of the other. But can't you notice that one of you being hurt hurts the other? You've just been getting more and more wounded as you go along. You're propping Keith up too, Helena. He can fight day after day, because he knows you're waiting at home, as much as I tease him about it. Don't think of yourself as baggage. Depend on him as much as you need. That's what he wants too.
Keith grabbed my hand and smiled, even though he was stabbed and wounded.
And what'd he say?
Got you.
Got you.
'Cause he finally got what makes him happiest. But, man, too much discrepancy between your guys' testimonies and Keith's. Just how am I going to report this to their department? Hey, Helena, he went back home from the hospital today, right? Can I come talk with him now?
No.
I'm sorry. Before he goes back home, there's a place he's going to visit. And I'm planning to head there myself.
The cemetery.
Keith.
He's finally crying.
I've always wanted to cry like this. I never forgot about him. Not for a single day. Ever since he died, I was scared. I felt like even the slightest sign of weakness would make it all crumble. I acted like I felt nothing, like nothing disturbed me. I thought then I might be able to fool everyone, even myself. It was so stupid. I was broken a long time ago. It was all garbage, but I acted like a champion of justice. It always felt off. Whoever I was working for, I never felt repaid. And I saw you were safe, and you came up to me. Finally, I felt happy again. Acting strong just made me weak. It was pointless. Todd would never forgive his father staying broken forever, because I promised I'd protect his mom. I'll take off the blindfold. I'm gonna laugh, even if it's at a stupid TV show. If I'm pissed, I'll get mad. And if I'm sad, I'll cry. First, I guess there'll have to be counseling. There's something seriously wrong with my head, seems like. It's gonna be a busy time.
He's finally getting the help he needs. I'm so proud of him.
It's gonna be so busy. I won't be able to do it alone. Helena, I don't think I can deal with just being a good loser. I want a chance. Let me chase after you. Let me get down on my knees. You're the only one I want waiting for me.
There's no need for a chance. Didn't I tell you? Divorce or decide.
Guys, they're so sweet.
I've decided. Haven't you too? We only ever have one umbrella, so we hold it together. And it's fine if we get a little wet, because
the sun will come out again. It'll soon be sunny again.
It'll soon be sunny again.
Oh my god. I'm tweaking so hard. I love this game, guys. I'm literally like tearing up a little bit. They're so cute. I love like the imagery too about how David and Shirley are like comrades in arms and they stand back to back and they like trust each other and watch each other's back, whereas Keith and Helena are more like they are constantly like trying to shield each other. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, guys. I love this game. Nervous, my boy. Nervous ate like Lance's role, like Lance's VA. He ate, like he did such a good job. They all ate, but like he was like the shout out for me. I honestly wish that Lance had more lines or that he was like more relevant because like he was actually like my goat. I'm really, really excited that we've come to the end of the Boogeyman because that means that we can start Hanged Man next. I'm thinking of doing... I'm gonna do Hanged Man next because It's the last game of the Strange Bid series for right now. So once we finish Hangman, that'll be Fur. She'll be done. And then I really want to do Mermaid Swamp as well because I really love that game, and there's like a remake of it, like with Japanese voice acting and stuff. So I want to do that, and then I really do want to do Blank and Blight Dream as well. And then that'll probably be it for the most part for all of the VG person indie games. I don't know, I might do like some of the ones that are not in the horror section. Like I really want to play Alice Mare and stuff like that, but yeah. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna have to think about it, but like there's a lot of really good games that I want to cover. Somebody recommended Clock Tower Rewind as well as a Let's Play game, and I've kind of looked into that one. I'm thinking of playing that one as well. So yeah, lots of stuff on the table that I want to get to. So big things on the horizon, big things. And get the good ending. Yes, I slayed. Congratulations on beating the Boogie Man, and thank you for playing the game. Additionally, so if you played the previous 2 games in the series, this game was fully voiced with the help of voice actors. Due to the author's fatigue, there's no bonus scenario, but I did receive comments from each of the actors, so take the upper door if you're interested. The Something Man series has come to a turning point. The general storyline ends in the next game. I have plans for serious and silly extra chapters afterwards, so please play those if you're interested. Lastly, once more, congratulations on beating the game. So this is the Crooked Man. Oh, and then there's like the silly scenario, which we'll watch in a moment. The Hangman. We're gonna view the character bars. I wanna know how old Keith is. Okay, 37. So he's been a detective since he was 22. Local police inspector, rank detective 3. Cold and unfazed but determined. He has an obsession with protecting people out of guilt over his son's death. Didn't want to become a detective at first, but met Helena while finding a college and ended up joining the force to win her over. That's cute. Sharp-tongued, he often lets things slip in front of his son, which his son later would imitate, which makes sense as to why he taught him all those words. Dick is his boss, but also like an undesired friend who gets along with the whole family. After the incident, he goes for counseling at Dick's suggestion. He hates liver. 33. Height 5'3", so she's like a foot shorter than Keith. Keith's wife, a gentle, lovable woman, appears carefree but is strong at her core. She's highly expressive, laughing and crying often. She met Keith as a student and quickly married him after graduating college. A year later, they had a son. She suffered emotionally for years after her son's death, but has recovered by now. She doesn't eat meat, not because she's vegetarian, but just because she hates it. Her hobby is collecting tea from all over the world. I wonder how long ago it's been since Todd died then. I think in the next game, they said he would have been 10 that year. So it has to have at least been like 3 or 4 years, I feel like, by this point. The Crooked Man's hero works for a trading company. He's made a complete turn from his previous moodiness. Married to Shirley for 3 months now, they kept their names. An honest fellow, but extremely unlucky. He's athletic and strong, but a little slow on the uptake. He challenged his friend Paul to a chili dog contest, and Paul got gastritis, so he couldn't attend the tour. Scared of dogs due to a traumatic incident as a kid where he was chased by one for an hour. 17'5'1". Okay, so she's 2 inches shorter than Helena. High school student, Richard's daughter, the Sandman's heroine, and a lively girl. Didn't like her dad for a long time, but they reconciled. Maybe as a result, she seems a little too attached lately. Somewhat cheekier than before, but still diligent as ever. Gets along well with David and Shirley as older friends. A little uneasy as girls at school are getting boyfriends. Not finding anyone she likes is her main worry for now. Loves ice cream. 5'10". Oh, short king? Ex-journalist and photographer, works for a small publisher. I'm just kidding, 5'10" isn't short. It's over the average height for North American males, so. Works for a small publisher. Snarky about everything, but can get freaked out easily. As a journalist, he chased incidents to write articles, and though sarcastic, he was known to hit the mark. Dislikes police due to what drove him out of journalism. Was thinking about making some passes at Helena and getting Keith angry at him just to cause a scene. What a bastard. Richard Grundler. Works for a credit card company. Diligent and cheerful, but has a timid side. Ugh, my nose is so itchy. Ugh. Excuse me. Rather compassionate and sentimental, his daughter often blinds him to all else. It's been over 10 years since losing his wife, but he has no intention of remarrying. Mistook David for Sophie's boyfriend at first and got angry, but that's been cleared up and they all get along now. A real drinker who collects drinks. He likes scotch best. He actually suspected the boogeyman was Brendan, but was too focused on his daughter to tell Keith. Shirley Weber, 5'9". Shirley's tall girly, like me. David's wife, a pharmacist. Beautiful, strong-willed, and cool. Hates to rely on anyone and tries to do it all herself. She often fights with David. Fawns over Sophie like a little sister. Dick Anderson, 6'6". Oh, he's a big boy. Local police manager. Keystrike boss who understands him well. He has a wife and 2 children. His stature and face frighten people, but he's gentle and doesn't raise his voice over little things. Gets along with both Keith and Helena. Eric Simpson. Local detective. Keith's subordinate, ambitious, but hates to do busy work. His laziness got him stuck with the 2 scariest at the station, Dick and Keith, but it's yet to prove effective. When David was taken in a while back, he questioned him, he sympathized with him, and was a bit relieved to learn he was alright after that incident. Stevie Small, rip Stevie, he'll always be loved. Actual short king right here. Tour conductor for the agency NA Travel, became a member of the Livingstone Castle project and decided to run this test tour. He and the castle's 9 servants ended up as Brendan Newmont's murder victims. Born in Connecticut, and that's where he now rests. Todd Baring, 5'8". Or 3'8", sorry. 5'8" would have been crazy at 5 years old. Keith and Helena's son, kind of timid but cheery and honest, clever, and alas, quickly learned the bad words Keith used. At age 5, he was run over by a truck and died. Alright, let's watch this little scenario. Gobble, 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 smack, 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 smack. And then I'm gonna end the episode there. Yeah.
How many times have we come here again?
Oh, 5, I think.
Ugh, I can't stand it. We've told them the same story over and over. There's gonna be rumors at school about Sophie frequenting the police station.
Now, Sophie, don't complain. The police are doing their best. And it's been a month now. This must be the last time. I'm sure of it.
Bro, who's even gonna know that you're frequenting the police station?
Does my princess require a beverage to quell her temper? What shall it be, your majesty?
Orange juice.
They're so silly together, actually, though.
Very well. I'll go buy some.
Thanks. Hey, when those dogs attacked me, you saved me, right? I can't imagine any other reason those dogs would fall asleep so quickly.
Ah!
Thanks.
There's my boy. I was gonna say, my girl always got someone watching over her.
I'm having a great time lately. I'm getting along great with Papa and Anne, and Reagan, well, if she wants to get along, I'll give her a chance. Things are so much better than when I carried all my burden myself. Now I know there's someone always looking out for me. Sometimes I really miss you. You're doing okay, right? How about the other fairies? You know,
Oh no. Bruh. I would kill myself, I'm not even joking.
Sorry to butt in.
Ah! Hold on, wait! You got the wrong idea. I'm not a weirdo or anything, okay?
Don't touch me. Brats with a thing for daydreaming aren't the most comfortable people to be around.
Boy.
I'm not daydreaming. Keep it between us, but I've met some fairies. So you don't believe me?
No, I do. I met one when I was a kid, too.
Really?
Yeah, this hobo in the area always had a head full of dandruff, so I called him the Dandruff Fairy. Oh yeah, and I've got a coworker who eats non-stop cup noodles, the Cup Noodle Fairy. Want to be introduced?
He's such an asshole.
Why won't you believe me?
A 37-year-old who believes in fairies ain't exactly socially adjusted, don't you think? But hey, if they do exist, put in a request to one of your fairy friends to get me some wings. Big, fluffy, pink ones.
What do you use those for?
Just want some wings. Why not? Mr. Detective wanna fly away.
Bro.
Huh. You angry?
He's actually such a dick.
Better step off. One of your friends might cast a spell to turn me into a fluffy white kitty. Maybe instead of filling your head with stupid fantasies, fill in that chest a little. It's so pathetic I can't even look at it.
Bro, he did not need to say that.
Ugh!
Oh, he's never sleeping again.
What's wrong?
Haven't been able to sleep since last night, even though I'm sleepy. It's weird.
Did you take any medicine?
Yep. Anxiolytics. Sleeping pills. Guess they're not working.
Let's talk to each other then. Before you know it, you'll be sound asleep. and it'll be morning.
Don't you need to sleep? You don't have to stay up for me.
It's fine. I'll stay with you until you're snoozing away.
Bro, there's some supernatural interference. He will not be sleeping tonight. Yeah.
Maybe some exercise would have been better.
That's a yikes. Alright. There's also all of this stuff in here. But I'm not going to go through all of them. I have gone through them before. If anyone's interested in that... yeah, so most of the thing, I'm not gonna read through all of this. But yeah, so all of the voice actors have like their own little lines and stuff like that too. So if you ever play the game and you get to the end, then you can like listen to what they have to say and all the projects and stuff. They're all very talented. So, you know, they're all very cool and very talented. Yeah, but yeah, so that's gonna be it for this episode. For the Boogie Man, actually. That's the end of the Boogie Man. I'm gonna upload another video of the last part with all of the endings and all of the alternate scenes that I didn't do in this playthrough. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one, which will be the Hanged Man, which is the last game in the series. So yeah, thank you for watching.